from South Seminole Middle School in Castleberry, Florida. Direct from the third floor of building number 3, this is South Seminole News.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Friday afternoon show. Miss Reed, am I on camera? Okay, I can't tell if I'm getting cut off or not. No? You can hear us okay? Everything sound good? Director, give me a thumbs up. You can hear us okay? Okay, good. Welcome to the Friday afternoon show. My name is Mr. Miles. I'm joined by Miss Reed today, and we are also joined by the returning champions from the Ron Clark Academy. Miss Reed, would you like to do some introductions for us?
Well, they had a lot of practice, so they will introduce themselves.
That's a better idea.
Yes.
I'm glad you're here. I should have gone to rehearsal. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Faiza Jaffer, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Sereno. I'm in 7th grade.
Hello, my name is Mackenzie Prostack, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hello, my name is Brianna Lewin-White, and I'm a 7th grader.
And we got another camera over here. All right, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Mason Forbes, and I'm in 6th grade.
Hi, my name is Layla Rad. I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Gerard Smith. I'm in 7th.
I'm Coleman Miller, and I'm in 7th.
I'm Kenyon Smith, and I'm in 8th grade.
Very good. Now, one of them has to leave us, don't they?
Yes.
She's just going to walk right off on us. So now everyone
Bye,
watch her
Layla.
as she walks away. She is
Bye,
busy. She's
Layla.
gotta be smart. Layla has to go. Bye, bye. The competition's over. You don't have to do that anymore. Jeez.
I do that every day, no matter what.
Yes, she twirls every day like that.
Appreciate.
Twirls, she flings.
Love you, Layla. Bye, Layla.
So just last week, your group went to Atlanta. And they experienced, once again, the Ron Clark Academy. Now, you prepared them for this a little bit here at South Seminole Middle School, but was it enough preparation? You tell me.
Well, I feel that there's never enough preparation, okay? There's always room for improvement.
Yes.
There's always more time that we wish we had to prepare.
Yes, yes. So the idea was that you were all to pack up and leave from here. At what time of morning was that?
For
Yeah, we had
4 in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning, we had to be here.
Yeah, we had to be here so
And you had to
early.
go to OIA? You were going to, okay. Now
Orlando
you're all in
Airport,
OIA. Were you all on the same plane? Everybody had to
Yes,
sit together?
we sat like together in pairs.
Okay, you sat together in pairs. That's good. I was waving goodbye to you guys. Guess you didn't have to leave after
Why
all.
is she still here?
Also, I'm gonna direct from the desk. Jaden, I have a lower third for you. Also, if you want to click auto, it'll say welcome to the. Hey, there we go. Okay, now it's working. So you guys left. You went to Atlanta, direct flight. You didn't have to stop anywhere, anything like that. So tell us about your flight. Any kind of experience you want to tell us about? Here we go. All right.
During the flight, we mostly practiced because we were just so excited to start, and we just wanted to make sure that we were as prepared as possible. So Mackenzie and I, we practiced the entire time.
Okay, so
with
you're
Miss
practicing on the flight, and you have like you sit and talk to each other. You interview each
Reed. We had
other.
flashcards and different
So, okay, you sat next to them. There was like nobody sitting next to them, like, oh, I got a long flight. And I got 2 girls with flashcards sitting next to me. No, wasn't anything like that?
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so your flight arrived. Was
Yes.
there anything you guys had to do the first day, or was it just kind
Yes.
of an
We
arrival
had
day?
to
We had to
do a
go
lot
to
of
the actual practice.
Yeah, so we had like a practice round. So like to prepare us for the actual competition. You didn't get any awards or anything. You just had like recognition by Ron Clark.
Yeah, Ron Clark also recognized Faiza when she won first place in Circle of Doom.
And then
What? You just blew our whole ending now. You gave it away.
no, this was the practice
I know.
round.
This was the first night. I know.
The
Spoiler
practice
alert.
round
It's a
is
spoiler
like-
alert or something. Gosh.
Practice round was a little way of getting a taste of the Circle of Doom and Worker Room station. So.
First impression.
Just to
Yeah.
get like
What
an
the heck is
idea.
Circle of Doom?
So who wants to explain
There's
Circle of Doom?
like a row of people, and they're all like adults, and then they just go one by one, and they ask you
They
like,
ask
a whole bunch of
questions,
different questions.
Really, and you have to think like
It was some
off of your
hard-bound
head.
questions.
You don't have time. You only have like 50 seconds to
Some
answer
questions
the
we
question.
studied, they were like, who was like like a leader that you admire,
Oh, okay.
If you
All
could
right.
be an animal, what would
like
you
what would it be and stuff like that.
And Gerard wanted to share something about
Yes. Also, and while we're talking, we've got some photos that we will put up, and we'll just put out. They're not in any particular order. These are all the photos that Miss Reed and others took while you guys were there. But go ahead. You had something you wanted to.
Oh yeah, it was lit. When we first got there, I was really asleep on the plane though because of I knew my stuff, but I was excited when we woke up and we was rocking there or whatever, and it was very good food.
Oh, you got something you want to say? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say, if you guys go, enjoy the party, because the party was the best ever.
What specifically? There was a party like for all the students?
Yes, it
At
was a
the
party
hotel,
for.
or?
No, it was a party at Ron Clark
like
for,
at the gym
for
of
all
the
the
Ron Clark
competitors and
Academy.
stuff.
Wow.
And they just
okay.
played all different sorts of music.
Yeah.
And they were all like up to date songs, not like old school. They played like a
The
remix
DJ was
of
so
Baby
fun.
Shark and stuff. It was pretty like.
It was fun.
Okay, so the first night was over. You woke up the
Yes.
next morning. What was it? What was the first thing you guys had to do
So-
after breakfast? After breakfast, what did you guys have to do?
So, okay, Brianna.
So after breakfast, first we had breakfast at Ron Clark Academy.
Yeah.
So we were all like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be eating in front of Ron Clark. But we got there and we had Chick-fil-A. They catered Chick-fil-A for us. But he was actually not in the room. But we basically had to go around and talk with different students from around the country because
Oh, okay.
everyone at Ron Clark was from all different states, and they were actually from 2 other countries too.
I was going to
It
ask,
was
who
from-
did you meet that was like from the furthest
Yeah, so
location?
I met a girl named Gracia,
Yeah,
and
me
she's
too,
from the Honduras, and then
Really?
she became a really close friend of mine. And like
Aw.
whenever like I would go to something, we would always like motivate us, like we would encourage each other, and it was so sweet. And then I also met people from Nigeria and 25 other different states.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it
That's
was a
very,
great
very cool.
experience.
You got something?
We also met Randall.
Randall!
Okay, shout out to Randall. Tell us who Randall was.
Shout out to Randall. We called him Billy. He was always around.
Where was Randall from?
He was from Gainesville,
So he
Florida.
was pretty close to us.
He was the only student from his school in the
Wow.
competition.
We kind of
Yeah,
had
he
him
like-
He like
He
Like
was
when
his
we-
South Seminole.
Yeah,
now.
everywhere that we went, he always would come along
Yeah,
with
like-
us, and he
like when we got there, he was kind of like stuck to us. Like he was in our group, and like everywhere we went, he was like right there with
It
us.
was like he was in our school. Like it's right, like we already knew him. Like he was so sweet.
Like he was there.
From his school, so you guys really represented that from South
Yes.
Seminole.
Like-
Think about that.
Yeah, like he was at the party with
At
us.
the party, we were the hypest group. Not even-
Yeah.
We
and
brung
not even
we
Tyler
brung the
was
party
out.
to ATL.
Wherever we were, everybody would come to us.
All right, so your first day began, and then you probably took a lunch break or something like that.
So-
so you had your lunch break. What were your thoughts at that point? Like,
After the gauntlet
insane.
rounds.
Yeah,
So after the gauntlet rounds, what were you thinking?
I was like very like nervous because I knew that it was a lot harder than I was expecting. Like it was something that I was prepared for, but I like really wasn't. And like I was like all the nerves were like coming to me. Like, oh my gosh, am I gonna make it in? But I was still supportive of myself. Like I wasn't like bringing anybody or myself down.
Yeah, of course.
While we were eating lunch, we were kind of like nervous
Yeah.
because we were seeing all the competitors and seeing
Yeah.
how experienced they were. Because some people that were already there, you know, they had done it before, and we
A
were
lot
like
of people.
some of us
A
lot of
some of us we never done it before, so it's kind of nervous for us.
So like after the gauntlet round, like everyone was like asking each other, like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?"
stop asking me
But
that.
like I didn't. I know like when people would ask me, I'd be like, "We're just gonna wait and see." But like after the gauntlet rounds, I think during the gauntlet rounds, it wasn't nervous for me because like okay, you're going into the round, you just have to be yourself and like use like what you already know, and then like actually like perform like what they're asking. But then during lunch, that's when like the nerves started to come. Like okay, are you going to make it? Like you just competed against 276 students. Are you gonna make it to the next round?
And I know that each and every one of us were just like, FaZe is gonna make it. And
Okay.
yeah, everybody was just like,
No,
FaZe is gonna make it.
So when I heard that, I just blocked out my ears. I was thank you very much. But you know,
Some of the photos that I saw were something with a green screen or something where you guys were walking up on a stage. But I saw something that looked like The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
oh yeah.
So give me an example of something you guys did with that.
Well, he asked us like interview questions, like what would you do if like you were on this type of show?
Oh, okay.
It was so cool.
Another one that was kind of like a turn off of Jimmy Fallon show was Amazing Talent. So you had to sit there with the person that was interviewing you, and you had to handle success in a humble way.
Oh, you gotta be cool. Play it cool. Cool.
They were like, you just
Yes.
won Amazing Talent. How do you feel? So,
Right, and you had to play it
Of
cool.
course.
Right.
So guys, how did you guys feel when you had to go through the rounds?
Yeah, give me one of your experiences that you enjoyed on one of your rounds.
Coach, you talking the runway.
I liked it, the runway.
All right, tell us about the runway.
The runway, you basically had to be a model or whatever.
You prepared them for that too with some of the things
Yes,
you had. Yeah. Very good.
And you know, I like being in front of people and showing off or whatever. So
Good, Gerard.
I got up there on the stage and I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? He was asking about the waves or whatever.
Now, when you're on the runway, are you allowed to speak, or is it just walking?
You have to
Just walking.
You have to
you have to use what you have on you, like your hair.
Show off your outfit.
One of these rounds, I forget what number it was, but it was like a round where it was a spinny board game.
Oh,
And it
that
was like
was.
you spin
oh my
it
God,
and they
that was-
rigged it to where it always hit zero. And when it hit zero, they asked you how did you feel about hitting zero, and you basically had to explain how you felt about hitting zero.
And you had to also be cool, but yeah, cool.
So-
You're like,
Because we knew that it was obviously rigged for the station, but we
Right.
had to just be like,
You have to be
like,
calm about the
what's the first thing that comes to
situation.
my mind?
Yeah.
Well, he actually said the whole thing to winning that part was they
To
wanted
talk
you to talk
during
to the judges
the thing.
while it was going.
So while you were spinning it, you're not just supposed to wait. You're supposed to ask, like, how was your day? How
now
are you? So, like, those simple conversations would gain you points.
I didn't do that.
15-5.
Yeah. I know one of my friends, one of the,
so
So,
everybody, I want you to tell me which was the event that you were most excited about.
Coleman?
Why me?
I want
We
everybody
haven't heard from you that much.
Let me see. Wait, what was the question?
What was the most exciting?
Yeah, tell me
Out
the
of the
event you were
whole
most excited
competition?
about.
What event? Like the gauntlet, the worker room.
in the gym.
You gotta say why too.
The gauntlet was the part where all like the
I know that.
Coleman, answer the question.
This is live.
Alright, my favorite.
Okay, Mason.
My favorite part of the gauntlet was when we had to call 911 for that grandma.
oh yeah! It was like it was like an old school telephone.
I didn't know how to do that.
That was crazy.
This was an event where you
With
had
the
to call
phone?
911?
Yeah,
What?
but it was one of
It was
those
a-
like old school phones where you put
Yeah.
your finger and you go like that.
I didn't know how to work it. We were like,
Dude, I kept hitting. I was like,
It was
I
like
didn't know how to do it. And then I asked, how do you do this, ma'am? And then she was like, I don't
Pick
know.
up the box and you say, Surrey, call 911.
it was like a station where that station that we're talking about, it was this lady and we had to dial like help for her because she had like broke her hip bone or something.
Oh, okay.
Or she fell downstairs or
What,
something.
you doing a pressure situation?
And it was like the phone where like you had to spin the circle, and I was like I didn't know what to do, so I was like
she's not gonna make it.
yeah I was
She's not gonna
like
make
trying
it
to figure
today.
out
She ain't gonna make it.
I was like trying to figure out which one to go. I was trying to ask her. I was like, no, I don't want to ask her because that's gonna ruin it. So I was just
I
faking
asked
it,
her, I
and
had
then
to
I
ask
picked
her.
up the phone and I was like, yes, ma'am, I need help.
You got an example?
She asked me, how fast do you think they're gonna come? I was like, I don't know.
I asked him what it was at. Like I asked him like where y'all was at for the lady because the lady needed help and they said like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Said she's in critical condition.
So what are some things that you saw, Miss Reed, that surprised you when it came to the events? Because you prepared them, you did a good job of preparing them by putting events together for the Hurricane Shake competition. But what were some of the things that they kind of threw a curveball to you, and you were like, "Oh, we need to do this next year, but prepare."
I think in terms of the debate,
Yes.
making sure that they have those debate skills
Yes,
and
of
just
course.
spending more time on current news, knowing
Political.
what's happening in
yeah,
the
their
headlines.
debate was just absolutely phenomenal. Like they were going back and forth like these are
'Cause
the
they
military,
had-
the allies and stuff, and I was like, how? Like
Yeah,
that
of
was
course.
just so amazing.
They had the knowledge of the question, so they weren't really nervous. It was just like, how well were you going to answer it? And I can personally say for myself, like when they were asking you a question and you were with someone, you would only gain points if you engaged in the conversation with the person next to you. So if you went off your own point, you would, like, even if the point was so excellent, you would only get 5 points. But if you if
you
the
need to engage.
yes, but if someone said something and you went, oh, yes, Brianna, I agree with you, and then go off the conversation, they would automatically a 20. So that was one thing that I
So
needed
they
to
did
work
explain point system to you after the
Yes.
fact?
And they were also making sure that you weren't just automatically repeating yourself. They were making sure of that, and they said one of the number one things when it comes to debate is you have to listen to the other person's point. If you don't,
Listen is number one.
Yeah,
of course.
because you have to build off
You have
of
to
what
build
they
off
say.
and
You
then have a
can't just
follow-up of
start saying
something.
something, they say something else, and then you're just like, oh yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is, and you have to keep going back and forth of what they're talking about as well.
So throughout the whole event, the whole time we were there, we always got a scorecard.
Yes.
And the scorecard, every station we went to or anything that we did, they rate, like, we were always getting like rated. So it was rated from 0 to 20. So like most things, like they said, refer back to Faiza, they said always listen to the question before you answer, and when you answer, always direct eye contact. So it was just like every time we were always getting rated, no matter if we were not in the station or not.
Got something? Go ahead.
They had judges, like disguised as regular people contesting. So even at lunch, they're judging you if you had a napkin on your lap. If you
Even at lunch?
Yes, everywhere.
That's why
Once
we
you
so
walked in,
nervous.
you're being judged.
What?
Yeah, they checked if like
That's
you were
actually
washing
true.
your
We
hands.
do have video of that. Can we play the clip of the bathroom? No, 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 it's not that kind of show. No. Right. But on the phone right now, if we can bring in we have Ron Clark on the phone right now to talk to. That's also true. Ron Clark's not
That
really
would
on the
have
phone.
been so cool.
But I heard some things about Ron Clark saying some things about our students. Was this true, Miss Reed?
Yes, it was.
Go into that. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I guess the first time we all met Ron Clark, it was just a line, and you had to say, "Hi, my name is that." But obviously, he's going to hear from 276 students. You have to stand out. So when I met him first, I was like, "Wow, like you're on the Survivor." So I was a little bit extra when I met him,
Yeah,
so
you
he
remembered
would
that.
remember me. He
remembered
would
that
remember
probably.
my name. Yes, I was extra in everything because, I mean, you're going against so many people. You have to be unique and you have to stand out in your own way. So
I remember one way that Faiza really stood out, like even to us, like we never knew that anything, like she would be able to do that. We were practicing a debate with the history teacher there, and as soon, so the point was like, what was it like?
It was should schools have uniforms
or not? And when she started talking, she was just like and she like had like a voice.
project my voice.
Yeah, and she started going like this and walking around, and everybody was like. Like the teachers, the students, even the history teacher was just like, I would give you extra bonus points.
Oh, that would be so
and when she
cool.
started, and when she
Mr. King.
and when she started going back and forth, the guy stopped. He said, "Uh-oh."
So when
I
others were
remember that.
competing, you guys were allowed to watch?
No, this was practice.
Practice round.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
For Friday, it was entirely the practice round. We got to the hotel and we headed to Ron Clark Academy. And for the practice round, we basically had different classes just to teach us about the
Yes.
school. And one of the classes was the debate. And
Okay.
they were just saying, okay, there might be a debate, there might not be a debate. But if there is, we want you to listen to everything we have to say
Yes.
because it's all very important.
Very good.
And they did kind of like a practice.
And like the things in the practice round, I don't think they were like preparing us for like the gauntlet rounds. Like if you made it to the round 7, the debate room. Like, because I remember we were eating breakfast on Saturday morning and they said, okay, guys, like we're giving you a hint. Go talk to people. Go interact with people.
Yeah,
and
the
memorize
last
people.
round,
And
in the very
It's
last
like there were
round.
like secret agents out there at all times.
Yes!
You don't know who's working for them and who's not.
Yeah, like in the very last round when they're naming the national champion.
Top
when
4,
the-
they had to announce the
Yeah,
people
they
they
had
knew.
to like tell the people that they knew and stuff, and like be like, oh, this is the person I met, where they're from, what's their name.
So they were preparing us, like even if you made
They
it.
had to
memorize.
You had to memorize.
Yeah,
it.
Jasmine,
Oh.
and she kind of
Yeah.
came off very like arrogant. Like she kind of like. Not like dissing her, but like she came off a little bit arrogant. Like when they were just like, "Who do you remember?" She was like, "Well, I met a lot of people." Like not naming them. Like I met people, but
Yeah,
like,
that
I don't
was
remember
one
and
of
I
the
don't want to
key
get.
things.
Yeah.
But then she connected through the crowd by saying, "Oh, I met a ton of people from Honduras and Nigeria," and she like
She set
Honduras,
examples.
like,
They all, like,
can you wave your
cheered for
hand?
her.
And they were so happy.
Yeah,
to
she
There was
see
excited.
one girl.
That's how she engaged with the
There was
audience.
one girl
to get
named
extra
Sydney. She
points.
actually won the entire thing,
Yes.
and she actually like
Aylin. I met her.
Yeah,
I
she
met
like
her.
pointed to the girl,
Remember her.
made her stand up, like made her like engage in the conversation. It
And
was
of
really
course,
nice.
she would be so happy. And I competed against Aylin in the 4th round. I remember she was great. Like we were in Circle of Doom, and they would ask a question. She wouldn't be the first one to answer, but she would go off of what people were saying, and I would say a point. She'd be like, "Faiza, like that's amazing," and then she would
was
start.
listening.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Aylin, like you really like impressed me," and of course I'm gonna remember her because she was great.
Very good. You had something.
I remember in the practice round, the last class we went into before Saturday, we went to the science room. And the science room we went into, it was a part of one of the stations in the gauntlet. And it was like we had to, we didn't have to memorize or like, there was a station, it was a station where we had to read like a prompt off of like a board. And there was like a,
Hurricane
like,
playing in the
us, and it was like
background.
a tornado.
Oh, okay.
And we had to read like there was actually a tornado.
So like
behind
you were
us.
a reporter out in the
You
field.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I've seen that many times where you don't have a prompter with words on it. You just have to explain what's
But
going on.
what happened
Oh.
was we didn't have to read off of that. We could do like our own, like we could read off of it and then add extra to it.
Yeah, he told us we
You
can
get
like
more
research
points.
different things like the tornado. Like as you can clearly see what's going on behind me. There's like 350 mile per winds going on and things like that. So like add your own.
Mr. Miles, you would love it.
I would love it. Did they record any things like that? Do you know,
No.
Ms. Reed?
I mean, you could watch.
That'd be great if you had
the
that stuff
students,
recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
I know it's gonna go
You had
up
an
on
example?
YouTube soon.
Oh, I thought you had an example of something. Okay, so that was mostly Friday you were describing to me, or you were describing a little bit of Friday and Saturday?
Yes,
Okay,
both.
so those were the two. So for you guys, what was your biggest? You can each answer this. What was your biggest takeaway from this? Like, what's the one thing you're gonna remember the most of all?
I'm gonna remember that I gotta be myself no matter what.
Yes. A party.
I'm gonna take away from Ron Clark to always be a good leader and to always be confident about what you do, and the party. Party was that was the best thing. That was the best experience of a party ever.
Go ahead. What was your takeaway?
Never mind.
No, Coleman.
I'm gonna take away. Ron Clark had told us that when you shake somebody's hand, always be first to shake their hand. So you make sure you don't miss, and that you gotta look them in your eye when you shake their hand. You give them a
Very good. Very
firm
good.
handshake.
Something that I will take away from this experience is the first impression always matters.
Yes.
When you shake someone's hand, that's what they think about you right away. And it's just very important. Everyone was coming up to me afterwards. They made a whole competition off of just handshaking. I was like, no, that's not how this works. It's just the thing that it has to do off of it. It's everything starts with the handshake. Everything starts off with the first impression, and it's very important to nail that. And get it right.
Good.
So I took away just like as a whole learning experience because Ron Clark during the practice round we had the little classes.
Yeah.
So he gave us a really good lecture that I feel like I really gained a lot of knowledge from it, a lot of tips that I could have used if I was in 7th grade moving on to
Yes,
to
that
shape
would have been
next
great.
time. But yeah, so I took this as a learning experience, just to gain more knowledge for the future when I have a job interview or things like that.
I'm taking away the same thing because like my learning experience can help me for next year because if I do make it to the Ron Clark Academy next year, then I know the types of stations that they might have, so I can be ready and prepare for it. Handshakes, the business skills, and everything like that.
Very good.
The thing that I took away the most was that you are good enough. So you went into the competition for a reason. You were there for a reason. Like, yeah, you were competing against 276 people that already have so much knowledge, like the people from Ron Clark Academy, but you were good enough. And the reason, like, I didn't really focus on winning the whole time there. It was just the experience. I had the opportunity because, like, I always see, like, Ron Clark on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, like, this school is so active and so lively. I want to go there, and I want to experience it. And going into that, I had to think, like, you are good enough. Even though you're competing against people you don't even know, you are unique yourself, and you have to be your like unique person, and that's how you like stand out in front of all those competitors.
Okay, and the number I keep hearing is 276. And Ms. Reed,
Yes.
how did we do? Out of 276 kids, how did we do? What was our number?
Well, all of our kids did an amazing job.
Yes,
they were
that's the
very
first thing I heard.
impressive. I was so proud of them. So I'm so happy that they were able to come on this trip, every last one of them. They were amazing, and I love all of them.
Very
Phaser, she placed in the top 20 of the 276 kids.
276, and Face's number was
17.
17. So that is the top what percentage? I told you there'd be math. See, there'd be math. What top percentage is that? Let's just say top 10. Top 10, that's right. Okay, so your name is called. You're allowed to come up to the stage?
Yeah, you had to come up to the
Okay,
stage.
you had to come up to the stage. And then what did you do at the stage? Did you have to give a speech? Or just
Actually,
Just like a
in
quick-
top, so when I got top 40, he was looking for people and he caught my attention. I was like, oh, okay, because I was making like direct eye contact. He was like, do you want to come up? And I was like, yeah, of course. So then he asked me a question And then that's when, like I said, my answer, and that was my first impression for all my competitors. Those who made it to the top 40, like they knew like that, like I was a competitor then. I was really shocked when I got top 40, because I mean I was competing against so many people, and like hearing your name being called is just like, okay, whoa, like I was just thinking about the next round when I got called.
So when you were in the last round, did you know it was the last round, or is it like what was the last round for you guys?
The last round for.
Well, it was the gauntlet.
Yeah.
The gauntlet.
Okay,
was,
you had mentioned. Okay, you had talked about the gauntlet. Okay, so Faiza goes up on stage. She gets and then we all saw pictures of that as well. Okay, she comes off stage. Is it celebration time? You have other things you need to do. See, it's not over yet. Is it? Yes.
She
She had to be modest, right?
Yeah, we
Yes.
came
Because
up.
she may still be judged. Oh, she's a little too excited about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another
Of
cool
course.
thing about that, when she made it, she got to actually meet the kid from Stranger
Caleb?
Things.
Caleb
Yeah.
McLaughlin.
Oh, I saw
Yeah.
photos with this. Oh, look, there's the picture that's
Yeah.
up there right now from Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
Stranger
Yes.
Things. We got to
You
meet
should
the
not be
girl-
watching that
the
show,
main
by the way,
character
but okay.
from A
We
Wrinkle
got
in
to meet
Time.
Stormy from Wrinkle in Time.
Wow.
And it was so cool. Like we got to take pictures with them, maybe like 30-second conversations, and it was great.
Oh, that's
Oh
wonderful.
yeah, Storm Reed called you really pretty.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah, she was really pretty.
So who here is graduating, Miss Reed? Won't be back next year. What, 8th graders? So there is a chance we'll be seeing some of them again next year for Clark Academy.
For sure.
For anybody who might do the Hurricane Shake here next year, what would you say to any students if they're hesitant about doing it?
Be confident. Like, be confident. Be yourself. Don't be afraid. Everything's going to be okay. Just make sure that your handshake is on point, your speaking skills are on point, and just have fun.
When you go into it, don't think about, oh, I have to make it to the top 15 in order to compete. No, take it one round at a time. Just even when you're just in your class competing to be the first person in your class, you still need to be on point, but just don't think about the rounds ahead of you. Go one step at a time, and if you're meant to go to the end, you're meant to go to the end.
Yeah, that'll take the pressure off you.
Do it all with pride. Be prideful in what you're saying. Believe what you're saying, because when you believe what you're saying, then other people gonna start to believe it, and they gonna fall in line with what you got going on.
Good.
Yes, yes.
I'm trying to just smile.
Just-
That's how I got points. Smile.
Very
Ron
good.
Clark said your smile is the atomic bomb.
Check. So, yeah, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about next year? Like, I've seen this episode of the Friday Show, and maybe I'll do the Hurricane Shake next year. What would you say to those students?
When you're giving a handshake, don't draw blood.
Vampire. Do that.
Ron Clark hates that. Like,
Ron Clark hates that. Good. Well,
Oh, yes.
He
Ron
like
Clark
told
fun
us not to
facts.
be like
I didn't
him.
know about
Like,
that before. That's good. Ms. Reed, is there anything you want to say to your students that you've probably already said to them many times, but maybe you want to say on camera?
I just want to say that I am so proud of every last one of
Thank
you. I
you.
love you. We had such an amazing time. And and it was such a wonderful experience, not only for you guys, but for me as well.
Oh, come on back on camera. Let's see. Hugs. Oh, hugs. All right.
Call me a little bit too extra.
All right, the competition.
oh, you were acting at the competition.
The competition's over. Sit down. It's over. What was the chaperone situation like? What was that?
Oh no, we were gone.
Oh, here we go.
My mom was extra. No.
Oh, here we go.
She was extra.
And Mr. Grace was there with us. How's
Yeah,
that?
Mr. Grace was there.
Here we go.
As y'all might know, he had on slides.
Whoa!
Yeah, wait,
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Grace had on slides, which he shouldn't have had on, because he was telling us not to wear slides.
Every
And he
day.
wasn't professional. And he tried to go up this hill, and he got stuck.
He
He got stuck on the hill.
And you made fun of Reed the entire
Not
time.
lost. We couldn't find out where the entrance of the hotel was,
we
so
were
we were
walking
like, trying
around.
to figure out how to
We're
like
going through
climb
the whole
the fence or
Atlanta.
something. And he tried to go up a hill.
Climb the fence.
We were
It was
like,
crazy.
Okay.
And we also have Ms. Hernandez.
Yes, Miss Hernandez was amazing.
I just want to say, if you go to the same part of Atlanta we went to,
Oh, yeah, Centennial Park.
don't eat what I ate, cause my stomach was hurting.
Where was this?
And I want to say, hold on. And I want to, hold on.
For real.
I wanna say shout out to Alyssa's mom because she was helping me out with them Pepto-Bismol tablets.
This episode of the Friday Show is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol. You go to Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta.
I had to use some of those too. I don't know if it was like my nerves getting to me or like because we ate so late and then we were trying to like dance and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah, but
All of
it
us
didn't
probably
sit
got
well.
a minimum of 10 hours of sleep.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of sleep.
I got
We did
probably
not
like
get
6
a lot.
hours.
You got one last thing for us?
Okay.
Come
Go ahead.
in.
Go ahead.
So when you're in the hotel room, get the bed first. Don't make you sleep on a chair.
Now,
Suck on the
beds
chair.
were provided, Miss Reed, right? Okay,
Yes.
okay. I just want to make sure.
We made Coleman sleep on the couch. Look at me. I need the bed. So.
I love the bed. I lick the bed.
On that note,
On
we
that
had
note,
a wonderful time, and
yes.
we enjoyed
Very,
representing
very
South
proud of our
Yes,
students
so fun.
representing South Seminole Middle School. Thank you guys very much. All right.
Don't forget to storm.
That's
Don't
right.
forget to
We're gonna sign off and say
storm.
goodbye. Thank you for watching the Friday Show,
goodbye.
everybody. Yeah, come on
Hey.
over.
Hey.
Yes, we'll wait for the. Go ahead. You can play that close.
Oh, it's not over.
Bye bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Let's see that close. There it is. All right, stay there. I'll take your.